So you're here with me, Richie. This is part 5 of the Don Carlos series, with one remaining. In reality, this might be the last one, only because, in a sense, I've experienced the classic Don Carlos char many times, and I love that cigar. But it's a difference what we're doing here, smoking them in some type of order, but in reality of consecutive days. So that I could really compare and contrast. And the main point wasn't to see who's the best, even though I have my preference, but the main point was to see the contradictions, meaning the differences between the series. And there was some. There was some that were a little different, and there was some that was really different. This has all been brought to you by St. Jeremy. Appreciate it, bruh. This is the God of Fire, Don Carlos. What a ridiculous looking band and wrapper. This is going to be under the Prometheus, so it does not say Fuente at all. Prometheus, apparently, best explanation I got from Jeremy, was like a high-end box slider cutter, and I could be messing that whole story up. But yeah, and it is a snowstorm out right now, so yeah, we got the snow, my friend. We got the snow. We got the snow. Now, I do have salt gentle heat, but I broke it. Okay. I can't stress it enough. A reddish, dark brown looking wrapper on this one. Supposedly it's an Ecuadorian wrapper, and then the rest of it, I think Dominican. I don't know if it's I don't know. Is this just a retweaked opus? I don't know. I can't answer that. Tense it for camping. Soft, gentle heat. I just can't stress it enough. This blizzard looks very nice out right now. The snow is coming. The snow is here. It is windy, but have no fear. The snow is coming. I always like to take my time toasting these cigars. I don't want to draw too much fire in the God of Fire. To everyone that doesn't like Opus X, Don Carlos, Hemingway's, Anejos, work of arts, rare pinks, I hate you. Shit. How could you not love these cigars? We got a really good toast on this, so at this point it should just be able to start. Interesting, the draw is the most snug out of all the full 5. But that's just initial impression. And these cigars aren't over moist. But initial impression, I'm not saying the draw is tight. I'm just saying right off the bat, I always remember the comparison and what's different. This had the tightest draw of the bunch. By no means I'm saying it's not working. Off the bat, this one feels the most different from the other 4 Don Carlos. And maybe that's due to the Ecuadorian wrapper, I don't know. But of course we had our tier and our regular Don Carlos. But they all felt kind of, I'm not saying the same, but felt in an idea. And some just had more strength and more darkness, or way less strength and way less darkness. So it was like the first 4 were just like a spread of range. This feels totally different. Interesting. It says Ecuadorian wrapper. The feeling though off of this though, it says Ecuadorian, but that's where it's grown. But the feeling is like I get off right now off the bat is kind of like what I get off a lot of different like Habano wrapper cigars. Not that that's a good or a bad thing, but that was not the feeling on any of the other ones. So basically, the main difference between the first four was luxury and the differences in strength and in finish. But all of them were fantastic. However, the man is really should be called the quiet man. So if you'd like to have a cigar you could smoke in bed or first thing in the morning with your eyes closed, then go for the man. Other than that, the man is just too quiet, for my opinion. But the man profile was the 17. It's like if you took the 17, and let's say the volume on that one was at number 7, and you put the volume to number 2 in the same cigar. So I guess that's my issue with that cigar. I almost feel like I can't compare this cigar to the other ones. I mean, I'm going to have to. I'm pod committed. But what I'm trying to say is totally different profile. If you didn't say Don Carlos on this, I wouldn't even think that this is Don Carlos. I really wouldn't. You change the wrapper, you change everything. Because this is a Robusto. Strength's right now medium plus. The finish is pretty long and pretty strong. The drawer is definitely more open now than it was in the beginning, but definitely out of all of them, this has a little bit of the tightest draw. And once again, I'm not saying it's not drawing. I'm just saying, you understand what I'm trying to explain? The pressure to pull through this is just a little more snug compared to the other ones. And I'm not saying this is not operating. Man, I feel like that's all people are going to hear. Sources say the Don Carlos God of Fire had a shit draw. That's not what I said. And excuse me if I'm not myself tonight. I heard some rather bad news tonight, which I'll keep most of the information more private, but someone I knew for a long time, since I was a child, since 2nd grade, I just found out that they passed. I just found out like an hour ago. So a lot of magical memories for that person. It was someone connected to one of my best friends. And I'm going to keep it private. But, man, I knew that person almost 30 years. Dust in the wind, my friend. Life is like that. So that's why if you have a bunch of cigars, make a list of what you have, and from number 1 to the end on what you feel in your collection is your best cigars, and then start at number 1 and smoke your best cigar. And just like a semi, boom, you smoke your best cigar, the slide comes back, and now your second best cigar is in the chamber, and now your second best cigar becomes your first best cigar. And that way you will always smoke your best cigar. The only way to always be smoking your best cigar is to always be smoking your best cigar. Anything else to me is stupid. I don't understand having great stuff and not using it. Listen to me. The Richie in me is the Richie in you. Convert the cigar into a happy memory. A cigar will just sit there. That's nice. Let it live in your mind, in your soul forever. Once you commit the cigar to the spirit world, to the smoke, it lives forever. Good or bad. More floral notes on this. I gotta admit, I'm not sure if I'm picking up what the cigar's really putting down. Um, More floral notes, a very strange wood note, not like a mesquite barbecue pit. Very different. Well, the God of Fire, Don Carlos 2017, is the most different of the bunch. I'm just going to tell you up front, it is not my favorite either. I mean, it is a quality cigar. It's smoking very well. It is a unique profile. But once again, by smoking all these, we're not just reviewing the cigar. The main reason I did it back to back is to really compare and contrast. And as of right now, I would take the definitely the Personal Reserva and the 17 Edition Anniversary over this, hands down. And that's it. That's that note I was looking for. I couldn't. It's very. The note is sourdough, a very pungent, like twangy, like semi-sour kind of feel like that. With that wood note as well. So I could swear this thing looks like an Habano wrapper. So maybe it is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. And listen, everyone is different. I'm not saying this is a Habano wrapper. But everyone has different preferences. I would say of the main wrappers, Habano wrapper is generally my least favorite. I'm not saying Habano wrapper is bad. I'm saying for my preference. Maduro, Oscuro, Connecticut Shade, Broadleaf, right? Mexican San Andreas, Cameroon, etc. I was right. I mean, we hit the sweet spot on the Personal Reserva. We did. Unfortunately, we had the best ones, the second one in. We didn't save the best for last. And these are all high quality. I'm just saying, for my recommendation on, if you're spending your hard-earned money and you had those 5 boxes lined up and you're like, Richie, should I get the Rego Don Carlos? It's great. But is it worth more money to get the Personal Reserve if you can get it? Yeah. What about the 2017? It's right there. All right. What about the man? It's a very quiet cigar. Okay. Well, what about the God of Fire? I don't know. If you told me this was a Don Carlos or in that series, I wouldn't believe you. It feels completely different. Now, let's flip that. If you hate all those Don Carlos, because you don't like those, because they are in kind of a category. Now, they have different range. If you hate all that, maybe you would like this. But it's real. These are real expensive and hard to find. So I think it's a very unique person who like this, collectors, or someone liking this type of wrapper. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying this is not a high-quality cigar. It is. But after comparing all of them, this one feels the least Don Carlos. I'm hoping it's going to change. I'm going to give it some time. I'll come back. I'm hoping the profile will shift. Maybe the beginning of it was like, hey, just kidding. Just kidding. Come back, Don Carlos. Bring back the graham cracker, the black pepper, slight red pepper. Bring back the golden nugget caramel, marshmallow creamy feeling. Bring that back. Bring back the happy campfire. So you might be wondering, where's the cigar? Well, long story short, while I was chilling out on the rooftop smoking my cigar, a guy came out with his 3 dogs running around, and we ended up shooting the shit for like an hour. And I was just in my car smoking the cigar, and he was a nice guy, and so it was just his dogs were running around and jumping around in the snow. So, anyways, I smoked the whole cigar. Here's the thing about the cigar. Was it a good cigar? Yes. Was it as good as the personal reserver? No. Was it as good as the 2017 Don Carlos Edition anniversary? That one? No. And then we had the regular Don Carlos, and then we had the man. The cigar was better than the man. The cigar was better than the regular Don Carlos, but it's in between. It was not as good as the top 2. The cigar I would give it a 4.7. It was a nice blend, but it really, the only note that kicked in at all that felt like the Don Carlos was like a syrupy note. There wasn't much spice to it. It was still stronger than the man, but and maybe just a little stronger than the regular Don Carlos. But I did do some more research, and apparently it is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper. That's what I read. So it felt more like Habano wrapper. It had more sourdough. There was just a little bit of spice, not that much. And the syrup note was nice, but... So yes, I would say it's better than the regular Don Carlos, but for the price point, I'd rather just have the Don Carlos. But still, head-to-head, yeah, it would win, but it wouldn't be a high-value cigar. So that's my opinion on that. It had great construction. I had an ash to the end. Unfortunately, you're not going to see it, but you're going to have to take my word on that. So, still the personal reserve is the best, Don Carlos. And the 2017 Don Carlos, or if you get an 18, whatever, but the edition anniversary, that one was fantastic as well. What that cigar didn't have, though, when I was holding the smoke, I didn't get that happy smile face, like, holy shit. Like, when I held the smoke on the Prometheus one there, the hell was it called? The God of Fire, Don Carlos. It didn't have that special Don Carlos smoke pit, marshmallow creaminess, caramel, more intense black pepper and red pepper, and it never picked up. So that one might get lost in translation. Even though I'm going to give a little higher rating than the regular Don Carlos, for the price, I'd rather just have the Don Carlos for $12. So that's my opinion so far. So number 1 is going to be the personal reserva, period. Number 2, right below it, and it's almost as good as that. I mean, it's right there, is the 2017 Edition anniversary. That was a magical blend. That was the one, I think, with the Opus wrapper. That one was great. The man is below the regular. So then we had the regular Don Carlos, high value price, and then the man was just so quiet. So this one was stronger than the man, but still the other top 2 at the same price per se. So if you're looking at the Prometheus God of Fire Don Carlos, and if you're looking at the Personal Reserve or the 2017, get the Personal Reserve or get the Edition Anniversary 2017. Hands down. Hands down. Like hands down. Hands down. Hands down. So it was still a good cigar, but yeah, it
it loses to the top two by a lot, by a lot. It was still nice. It was good construction, everything, and nice flavor, but it didn't have the classic. It didn't have the classic. That wrapper changed everything, and the amount of wrapper for me, it didn't do that cigar justice. So it didn't pick up that classic Don Carlos that we got from the Personal Reserve or the 2017 edition anniversary. So as it is. So I know this is an informal recap, but just gotta you're gonna have to do what we have to do. So that's it with that. So I wish you well. You stay fresh. Tensive for camping. Eat your prunes. Hydrate. Stay chill. And that's that, my friends. Personal Reserve is the winner so far. Last but not least, we have the Shark coming up. But I got a feeling nothing's gonna beat that Personal Reserve. That's my opinion, and you could take it to the bank and cash it twice.